Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's video we're going to take a look at how to play Doomcat and what I think about it. Good, Doomcat is another game from a company that I just discovered and I love every single game they made. This is Charming Games. They have recently released Capybara Crash and Otter. Two games that I keep playing throughout the summer. It really they're competing to be among the top 10 best games that I have played in 2025. So when they asked me to send me this review copy, I was very excited because I want to see what they do. And I'm excited to try a roll and write game. Honestly, it's not my genre. If you follow this channel, you know that I don't put many roll and write games. So I hope they can do something innovative, something that I can tease my brain just enough and provide a game that I keep going back and have fun with it. So before see what I think about it, let's see how it plays and then let's come back. Before we started, I want to point out that this is a prototype copy. So throughout the campaign, things may change and what you're seeing here is not going to be like the final product. The game comes in a box like this. You're going to see here on the side that says between 1 and 6 player and plays in 30 minutes and for 8 years and plus. When you open the box, you're going to find 3 more boxes, number 1, number 2, number 3. All of them, they're going to have a similar content. They're going to have different cards that you can see here with beautiful artwork, but all of them, they're going to contain 2 markers, erase markers, and a set of 3 dice. Every of these boxes allow you to play. It's the minimum amount of the components that you need to play for a 2-player game. If you have more than 2 players, you just simply add the components of additional boxes, but feel free to mix them up and have all the combo that you like. So here you have the game set up. You really don't need much. You need 3 cards that you can select with different scoring conditions that you can find here at the bottom, and then each player will get 2 cards. You have this is kind of more advanced, and you also have a more simpler version of the game. So select the first player. So we move this one above. We don't at this moment to explain the rules. We don't really need it. Let's zoom in on our cards over here. We select a player. We'll roll the dice. And here we have the 3 dice. First of all, independently, player will select a die. For example, let's say I will select number 1, and I will select number 1, and I select one of the 2 cards that I want to write on it. So for example, I will write number 1 here, and then I will use those other numbers to draw a continuous line between the 2. So for example, I'll connect the number 3 and number 4 in this way. After that, I will cross the number that I select at the beginning. This is the candle that my cat made fall during my spell, and that's it. This is turn, and now as soon as everyone has written, the dice go to the next player and then re-roll it again. So we have this number here. For example, let's see that in this turn I decided to select again 1 and write it in this card. If I do this, now my 1 becomes a wild number that I can use in future turns to make whatever I wanted. And now 5, 3, for example, I will connect these 2 numbers together. When you connect numbers, this should be a straight line, but the game says a little bit, no, try to make your life easier in terms of how you draw your lines. So for example, they don't recommend to draw on top of the numbers, otherwise you will not be able to read the numbers, because you can utilize the same number multiple times. For example, in this case, I have reroll 3 and 5. For example, I may be able to connect these 3 and this 5. Maybe it's not a perfect straight line, but because I want to save this one. Or in this case, actually, 1 is going to be crossed off because I have already written here. And so the game keeps going, in this way, keep rolling dice. In this case, I'll have 2 2s. Perhaps I'm going to put the 2 here. So I'm going to connect 2 and 2 together. I'm going to cross off one of the 2. See here, there's an application of the rule. So first, you draw the lines between the 2 numbers, and then you knock the candle, you cross off the numbers. The rule says that you can connect as many times as you want a number, as long as not in written over here. When the candle or the number gets crossed off, then you cannot connect it anymore. After 14 rounds, you can have something that is going to look like this. You will go and check the scoring conditions and you will score the points. The scoring condition could be, so for example, you can have a scoring condition like this, where the top numbers that you wrote here at the top is ascending order. So 1, then 4, then 2. Well, that's not going to give you 5 victory points. Then 3 is higher than 2, so it's going to give you 3 victory points. There are also points, for example, for candles that you connect or you don't connect and they're still available. Points for enclosure that you're going to draw. And there's really a lot. And also, I love really the art. And so everyone is going to score the points and sum them up, and who has the highest score wins the game. Additionally, there are some family cards you can identify, for example, here in the front with the F. This will give you special ability, and that to increase the difficulty of the game, especially if you start playing many times. This is a very nice twist to add to the game. There is also a multiplayer campaign and a solo campaign, and here you have your log to record the scoring. I have not explored this because I found that already the game gives a lot with the base one, but you have lots of content in this little tiny box. And now let's go back to the table and see what I think about it. And here we have a Doomcat roll and write game. So first of all, let's talk about the components. The components are beautiful. Despite being a prototype, the quality of the card is very nice laminated. The markers work very well. They are easy to erase, and really we played a lot, and every of these cards that you've seen, there's nothing really a marker that you see and remaining. So very good. The art is lovely. This is a very nice gift if you want to consider. Now we are in the Halloween month, so this is really perfect for this month. And the art is very cute. At the same time, there's very nice innuendo for all the monsters and witches and wizard world that I really enjoyed it. The dice are nice. The dice are very nice. They are pleasant to roll. The colors of the dice really recreates the atmosphere of this spell casting theme. These 3 boxes, this is I think is the only negative that I can find in the components. These 3 boxes are very nice because if I want to play with 2 players or by myself, I need only 1 box and I have everything that I need in this box. However, putting the components back in this box is not that trivial. I found it a little bit frustrating putting the cards, the dice, and 2 erasers in 1 box. What I end up doing is, because I like to explore all the cards, is use 1 box for the dice, 1 box for the cards, and 1 box for the markers. This is definitely a very easier way to put everything in the box. I tried to put it back as how it came originally from the box. It made me a little bit frustrated, but maybe it's a me thing and it's not something that you're gonna experience. And then really, minor things. If you're planning to play this many times, definitely can put everything in the box. Or as I said, every single box is gonna be one of the boxes that will keep the components for you. What do I think about it? Well, as you see, it's a very straightforward roll and write. You have 3 dice. You select 1 to essentially decrease your choices of numbers on your cards, and use the other 2 numbers to draw a line. Very straightforward. That's great because I like this type of games to introduce to my family. I know this company makes these games for family and I'm on for it. So it's pretty straightforward, but at the same time, you can make it harder and more interesting according to your likings. You have scoring cards that are really difficult to achieve and they are very thinky. And then you have the solo mode, you have the campaign mode, you have the family cards that give you special powers. So there is a lot to unpack in this game in a very clever way. And yes, the cards can be thinky, but this game, the box says 30 minutes. As usual, this company is very generous in their time frame. Every time I play their games, it's definitely less than what they put in the box, because this is a game that even if you have 6 play, everyone plays simultaneously. And 14 rolls doesn't take too much time. Just maybe when you have some more complex card, you need to read it and think about it a little bit more. So overall, I'm really glad about this game. It's something that I'm gonna bring to the table. It's something that I can introduce to my family. It's something that I can bring because of the size of these boxes, also to a dinner, for example, with my wife. And while waiting for some food, we can just play very rapidly. Recently, we had a very long game session, and then bar was about to close in 20 minutes, and I pull up this game and say, "Oh, this about guys, we just." Cool down a little bit with this Doomcat. It's October, is Halloween time, so let's do it and everyone enjoy. In 20 minutes, including explaining the rules, we were done. We were happy, satisfying. It's really enough teaser, but not too burden on your brain, and it's perfect to relax. It's also good to play by yourself, especially before teaching. I play by myself for many times and enjoys my time. And so, if you think this is something that you may enjoy, you're looking for a simple roll and write game that you can enjoy with your family with a little bit of thinkiness, but at the same time you can also play by yourself or with a partner at any time. Thank you to the smaller size, and you're looking for something with a Halloween theme. Well, check Doomcat. I put the link below of the Kickstarter preview. Please follow them and wait for their launch. And if you made it that far, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share with your friends. This is not your first YouTube video, am I right? Thank you very much and see you next time. Ciao.